Welcome to episode 18 of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights Podcast. I'm your host, Ed Skimmon, and today we're talking with Ben Norton, President and CEO of Buckeye Community Bank. Join us as Ben talks about the origins and evolutions of Buckeye Community Bank since its founding in 1999, highlighting their commitment to serving small and medium-sized businesses in Lorain County. He provides insights into Buckeye Community Bank's unique approach to hands-on customer service and community involvement through initiatives like Buckeye Cares. Ben also shares his personal journey from bank teller to bank president. I first met Ben in the 1980s when I played soccer with his brother. I've always known him to be smart, hardworking, and maybe most importantly, committed to the success of Lorain County. I was an early account holder at Buckeye Community Bank and used it for many years to electronically pay all of my personal bills. Because they are local, community banks like Buckeye understand the unique needs of local businesses and residents. Through this deep community engagement, Buckeye Community Bank plays an important role in fostering economic growth within Lorain County. Here is my conversation with Ben Norton.
Ben Norton, President and CEO of Buckeye Community Bank.
Welcome, Ben. Thank you for joining us and sharing your insights. Could you provide an overview of Buckeye Community Bank?
Buckeye Community Bank started in 1999. The group of original investors came together after the merger of Premier Bank and First Merit Bank. And at that point in time, there were two community banks in the county, Lorain National Bank and Northern Savings and Trust. These original business people that came together said, you know what, with Premier Bank going away and becoming part of a much larger First Merit Bank, they decided that the community needed another community bank. So after a lot of research and getting approval from all the regulators, we were able to open our doors in October of 1999. We opened our doors with the purpose of serving the community, specifically targeting small and medium-sized businesses, and we've done that for the last nearly 25 years.
Could you talk about the services that Buckeye Community Bank provides local businesses and the benefits they receive?
Banking is a commodity business. We provide all the services that all the other banks provide. However, we provide it the Buckeye Community Bank way, which is that we have product experts and expert community bankers available to help a business owner navigate the different questions and challenges that they have in order to be successful. And when it comes to specific products and services, we have checking accounts, savings accounts, money market accounts. We have loans, both personal and business-related loans. We have lines of credit. We'll do loans for commercial real estate, to individuals for their residential mortgages, for car loans. We cover all sorts of loans. We have electronic banking, so you can do your banking via the internet, from your laptop, or from your phone. But what really sets us apart is our community bankers that we have on staff. We have a great team that's very dedicated to the success of the community and the success of the business owners. We feel when the community thrives, the bank will thrive.
Could you talk about the value that a community bank in general and Buckeye Community Bank specifically creates that accrues beyond your direct customers? How does the county, the community, and residents benefit from having a strong community bank?
We have a number of different initiatives. One of them we call Buckeye Cares. Each quarter, we pick an agency in the county, and internally, we raise funds to support that agency. We have a team that goes out quarterly to Second Harvest Food Bank to pack boxes. We also have partnered with several of the school districts in the county and offer financial literacy training through a program called Bonsai. And that helps the students achieve their financial literacy requirement with the state. We also have teammates that have gone through Leadership Lorain County. We have a number of teammates that are on boards of directors of local agencies, on school boards. They're coaches in the community. They're involved with a number of different things. The one thing that makes community banking and Buckeye Community Bank specifically unique is that the leaders of Buckeye Community Bank all live in the area. So you will see us out and about.
The bank has grown to 4 locations. How has that changed your management and leadership style?
We have a very strong culture at the bank, and that was built over the first 24 years that we were all under one roof. But going to 4 different rooftops, that has put a strain on that. We can no longer just walk across the hallway and have water cooler talks. So now we have to be a little bit more strategic when we do that, a little bit more deliberate when we're doing our communications. And also, I find that I'm in my car a lot more as I'm driving from one location to the next just to check on the team, make sure everybody's in a good place, and that we're all working to achieve the goals that the bank has laid out.
Going forward, what trends do you see, and how do you see Buckeye Community Bank adapting to these changes?
I'm sure a lot of people have read that banking has changed and that it's a numbers based and that you can do anything that you want over the internet or through a chat bot. But we feel that banking is a people business. We feel that the 3 most important things in most people's lives are family, health, and money. Those are probably the 3 biggest stressors, at least they're the big 3 biggest stressors in my life. So if we can help on the money side of it, maybe by providing some relief to the money stresses, that the stress on health and the stress on the family can be a little bit lessened.
Let's switch over and talk a little bit about you. What's your background? What led you to become the president and CEO of Buckeye Community Bank?
My background is when I graduated from college back in the late 80s, I became a teller at Lorain County Bank. And because at that point in time, there were not any other jobs available. So starting out as a teller, I got to learn the importance of being a bank to the people that come in the door. And I haven't lost sight that to the majority of people, the teller is the bank. So we work very hard to have our frontline people be very personable and be trained to address the challenges that our clients have. And once I started off as a teller, I decided that I really enjoyed helping people. And so I decided that I wanted to move up in the bank. And through that, I entered a management training program where I got to explore the different areas of the bank. And I found that I really liked credit and lending. During that period of time, I also decided that I wanted to go on to grad school, and I ended up getting my MBA from the Weatherhead School of Management. I wanted to stay in banking. And unfortunately, there was not a career path at Lorain County Bank at that point in time for me. So I left the area and went to the Ohio Bank, which is located in Findlay, Ohio, and worked there for several years. And I helped them grow their Columbus market share. However, all during that period of time, I had a girlfriend that lived up in the Cleveland area, and she didn't want to move to Findlay. She didn't want to move to Columbus. So I ended up moving back to this area and took a job at First Merit Bank. I was there for several years and decided I wanted to try my hand at a much larger bank, and I went over to National City Bank. And I spent about a year at National City Bank and decided that being in a big bank is not what I wanted to do. I really wanted to get back into community banking. And at that point in time, that's when Buckeye Community Bank was getting off the ground, and I was hired in as the 4th employee of Buckeye Community Bank as a lender and a credit person. From there, as we continued to grow the bank, I took advantage of any opportunity that I could find. At that point in my life, I had learned that if I wanted to get successful, I needed to keep my eye on my goal. I wanted to become the president and CEO. And that meant that I could not look at the clock. I had to look at my goal and not at the clock in order to achieve that. So over the years, I got to spend a lot of time in all the different areas at Buckeye Community Bank. And then at the beginning of 2019, I was elevated to president of Buckeye Community Bank. It took me about 6 months to figure out what it was like to act as a president. Then once I figured that out and started to fall into that role, COVID hit and everything had to be thrown out the window of what I thought I knew and had to work on the fly. So we went from having everybody in the office to having 5 people in the office and people working from home. If anything, it gave me some idea that yes, we could work without everybody being under one roof. And as we worked through COVID and we brought people back, there were 2 banks in the LaGrange market area closed their doors within several weeks of each other. So we did some market analysis in that Southern Lorain County market. Once we got that put together, we went ahead and we acquired a building and we opened a branch down in LaGrange, and that's our second branch location. We have a branch up on North Ridge Road and Lake Avenue, which is right across the street from our original location. We also opened a loan production and loan servicing center in Avon and an operations center in Sheffield Village. So for our first 24 years, we were in one location. In a period of about 10 months, we went to 4 locations.
Going forward, what are your personal goals and what else would you like to accomplish?
My personal goals professionally is to continue to promote Buckeye Community Bank and continue to have Buckeye Bank grow and thrive in the greater Lorain County area. Lorain County is a great place to have a bank. It's, as everybody knows, it's a great place to live and raise a family. But there is the 500-pound gorilla that's just right down I-90 from us, known as Cuyahoga County. And there's also a lot of opportunity there. So we do have our eyes set on selling deeper into Cuyahoga County. We also look at Southern Lorain County as a great opportunity. That's why we opened up a LaGrange branch. We feel that we can serve almost all of Southern Lorain County from that location.
Outside of work, what are your hobbies and interests, and how do these help recharge you?
Family is really important to me. I try to spend as much time as I can with my family. As my kids have grown up now, they're no longer living at home, except in the summers when they're home from school. We try to make the most of that time. There's always something to do around the house. Also, I have 2 dogs, so they always take up a little bit of time to keep them active and to keep them healthy. For myself personally, I try to fit in 8 to 12 hours of exercise a week. And that can be anywhere from running really slow because I no longer can run fast, to cycling, to swimming, walking. I also enjoy fishing, so I try to get in a fishing trip here and there during the year. In the winter, I enjoy skiing, so I try to get a ski trip in. I try to keep pretty active.
Finally, where can people get additional information on Buckeye Community Bank?
You can find additional information on Buckeye Community Bank by looking us up at buckeyebank.com. We're available there, or you can give us a call. Our number is 440-233-8800, and any of our expert community bankers would love to chat with you and provide you with any information that you're looking for.
Thanks, Ben. Appreciate your time.
All right, Ed. Thanks. Enjoyed it.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights Podcast. We hope you found this conversation informative and that it provided some ideas that will help your business continue to grow. Please follow us on your favorite podcast platform to hear each episode where we shine a spotlight on local resources that will boost your business. And we want to hear from you. Email ed@loraincounty.com to share your feedback and topic ideas.